I mean, you see it. You see it in the box office numbers. Look at Captain America, and Thunderbolts is tracking to be around the same numbers that movie had. So, I mean, that's not good. That's like what, barely breaking even?
I mean, for Marvel, maybe it doesn't matter as much because even if this technically flops or just breaks even, same with Thunderbolts, they're still going to break records with the Doomsday and the other one, Secret Wars and Spider-Man. I still think the most important
You think
movie.
so?
Yeah, I think the fact that people went out of their way to go see Deadpool and Wolverine the way that they did, considering how bad the MCU was at the time. And you could say, oh, because it's Deadpool, but like really it was the nostalgia bait, it was the cameos and whatnot. And we know that Doomsday and Secret Wars are going to be full of that shit to like the highest degree possible.
Yeah, but
so
I agree with you, like, but at the same time, Deadpool and Wolverine was almost like an anti-MCU film.
Yeah, it even made fun of the MCU.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
but
I mean,
I
it
still
has
think
that going
because of the
for
cameos
it,
and
like,
shit, it did well, right? So
well, right, but that's what I'm saying. It almost is an outlier in that respect, and in this chance, like, this is what I'm saying is like this is a roll of the dice here. If this movie fails, I've been saying it for a while. If this and Superman fail to make $1 billion at the box office, you can pretty much
Comic book movies are over.
say that the comic book movie has come to an end.
Unless it's
in my
Spider-Man,
opinion,
Batman, yeah,
Spider-Man, Batman, and even
honestly,
to an
dude,
extent, the X-Men, if they don't fit up, are box office foolproof.
And I don't know if you saw my Twitter today, dude, but like I heard a rumor that the Batman is dead. The Batman 2.
They might as well kill it.
Yeah, I heard it's
by the
dead,
time,
dead now.
by the
So,
time
like,
they
yeah.
get the thing going, it was Robert Pattinson. They'll be like 70 years old.
There's already been rumors, but I heard from one of my sources, and then I seen somebody else who is pretty good with those kind of things say something along the same lines. So I'm thinking, yeah. So they're getting to this point where they're pulling back a lot. Even the streamers, like they're not giving them the budgets they used to, because even Taylor Sheridan's been griping that he ain't getting the budgets he wants, and he's the #1 dude on television right now. So if the biggest guy on TV, biggest producer, can't even get the budgets he wants, then that tells you that Hollywood and whatnot are scaling back big time. And if you look at a lot of the movies that are out there right now, like a lot of them are in that $30-40 million range outside of the big budgets, Snow White, and stuff like that. Like even Minecraft was kind of modestly budgeted. It was still over $100 million, but it's not as bad as
What's
Snow
Minecraft
White.
at right now?
Oh, that thing's going to break $1 billion, but I think it's well over 500 now. I don't even know what it's done this weekend yet. And it basically has a 3-day weekend going into this weekend. So yeah, I'm thinking it's going to do very well. I haven't seen the numbers yet though.
Minecraft is impressive what it's doing.
for me, the
That's gonna
most
crack
important
the
movie of
code.
this year is going to be Superman. If Superman fails, then shit is cooked. Because
Yeah.
I really
said,
like Superman.
Even if the MCU stuff fails this year, they can still rebound and still make a lot of money with the next few. But if Superman doesn't come out and do gangbusters pretty much, I don't know if the DC
Do you
is gonna
think
be a
so,
thing.
Endymion? I'm starting to think the MCU is in a lot worse shape than we even think it is. You know what makes me think that?
No, I agree.
Daredevil, sorry, not Deadpool. Daredevil didn't even manage to get the audience that the Acolyte did. And we all know Star Wars is dead.
Star Wars,
Yeah.
oh my God. No one's talking about Star Wars.
So if
Star Wars
Marvel's
is so
doing worse
dead.
than Star Wars right now, that's bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
by the way, did you see
Daredevil
the
Born Again was
trailer?
good.
Did you see the trailer for Starfighter? It leaked. The
Did it?
Ryan Gosling movie? Yeah, I got it right here.
I saw the leaked Mandalorian and Grogu one.
This so Star Wars Starfighter, they already have a trailer. You want to watch it?
Yeah, he's playing a character called Lazarus, right?
In a time where to
Oh
be
my God.
different was to be condemned.
Took everything I could to keep
Yeah, you
my
can
mouth
tell
shut.
it's leaked because of how blurry it is. Yeah, this is the new Star Wars movie, chat.
They're gonna put a new term, a new
And to
definition to
be
the word force.
condemned
Robert Downey Jr. finally
was
going
to
over.
die.
Tobey Maguire's in it too.
Yeah.
One man
See there.
chose to question his
See there. He's on that planet that Luke was on. There's the old
Yeah,
Jedi temple
yeah,
right there in the
see,
background.
Bet you there's a holocron in there too.
Well, the Starfighter is in that garage next to it.
Oh my God! There's a Starfighter. I'm so
I know what that is.
This is totally Kathleen Kennedy's Star Wars.
is God.
See, he doesn't want to go to the dark side. This is him like fighting the dark side right here.
So instead, he needs to love his
From
fellow
Fox
Jedi.
Searchlight.
He's gonna make his lightsaber rise.
5-time Academy Award winner Kirk Lazarus. And MTV Movie
fucking love
Award
this movie.
Best Kiss winner Tobey Maguire.
This movie's gonna be illegal in a few years. You know that, right? Like,
This is how you know it's Kathleen Kennedy's Star Wars. Then you have a leaked image from the
Oh,
upcoming
shit.
Darth
Maul
Maul
show?
animated series.
oh God.
This one actually did pretty good. Got some decent traction. How
Is
can you
the
be
Rhino's in the
interested in
chat?
any of this
Why
Star
Why
Wars
the fuck
shit?
you want this show, Rhino?
Is that a Darth Maul
I
thing?
know.
Is it animated?
We're talking about Star Wars. Where the f are you? Yes, it's animated in Disney.
Okay.
Who cares? Does anybody? I bet he's gay in it or something.
Probably. Well, isn't that the
Yeah.
big thing? Is that there's a lot of people trying to make him gay too? Well, not
I
that
don't
they're trying
know.
to make everybody gay, but I mean,
Everything Lucasfilm makes is gay or girl power or some shit. Like, how can you be excited for anything coming? I don't. You, God bless you if you still have hope or any kind of excitement for anything coming
I
from
was just
this
laughing at all
company.
this shit. Especially now that you know that Boyega and Kelly Marie Tran are out there throwing the fans under the bus again. You know what that tells me? That tells me that they're probably going to be in that stupid gay ass Ray movie, which
See,
I
there's
know is
Rhino.
going to happen because guess what? Kathleen Kennedy said out on stage down at Celebration or whatever. She said she's not going anywhere.
Oh, she's not. But I think she's going
It's
to
like
have
I
some.
Said, I don't believe it.
I think what's going to happen is Dave Filoni is going to take the spot. That's who's going to take the spot for sure. But she's not going to go anywhere. She's just going to stick around and groom him and
great.
continue to work on things. So she's not going anywhere. She'll die before she leaves Lucasfilm. She's too busy trying to make gay Star Wars popular. A Shadow Saiyan 737 for 20. If they use the Marvel Rivals designs, I would have been interested. Also, SimSuit skins coming soon. Grab your popcorn and wait for the outrage. Oh yeah, they're gonna put everybody. They're gonna give everybody in Marvel Rivals a bathing suit skin. I can't wait to see what those assholes on Reddit have to say about that.
They'll seethe about it.
But they're all okay with like half naked dudes. But God forbid
course.
a woman, not wear a hijab or something. Like it's like they want these women covered from head to toe.
I heard the sound of 1,000 rees all at once, and then silence.
Yeah, those skins are going to be huge. That's all anybody's going to put the female characters in. They're all going to be running around in bathing suits. It's going to be funny.
Yeah, so what's going on with Marvel over there? Because they're putting out a bathing suit issue, which is like the first one in however long. They're doing that in the game. But clearly, the movies are still struggling to kind of get their footing. I doubt the comics are any better just because they got a swimsuit issue out. But
Comics aren't any
like
better at all.
Is there a little like group in there, just like there was at Lucasfilm, that's trying, or what's going on?
Even
I mean, we kind of know with Bo DeMaio, who's kind of blowing the lid off of some of this shit. Although some of this stuff he's
he's
talking
been
sounds
shitting
like,
all over him. It's great. I love
Yeah.
it. I want to see if I wonder if I could get him to come on.
I bet you could. He's been on some smaller channels before. I've
I'm
been
going to
trying.
hit him up.
He hasn't followed me yet, so.
Well, he follows me because I went out there and said
Hit him
that
up.
he made a good show. And he did. It's like the best thing that they've made in a long time. Oh, somebody else is here. Let's get an intro for him here. A little rusty. The organization here is shit. Is it? God. I have to play it. There it is.
Sir, listen to your friend here. He knows what he's talking about. I don't think you really want to go to South Africa.
Why not?
Because you're black.
You are. He is.
Welcome.
How's it going, boys?
Eh.
Me.
I'm surprised you're not at the Vegas thing.
Oh, I didn't go this year, man. I wanted to, but I had other obligations. Plus, I just didn't want to spend all the money. So, but I heard it was a good time.
Yeah, it was too close to C2E2 for me. So I just did that last week.
Yeah, and
Got
plus
some good books. You saw that book I got.
Oh hell yeah, good catch with that one.
Yeah,
But
traded.
no,
I traded my Superman number 3 for it.
Ooh,
Is
is that a good trade?
As low as beat up copy.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't like anything amazing to look at. But it was a good trade. I wanted that book.
No, that's a solid trade. It's a really good trade.
Oh, look at this. Fatal J, why don't you come in here? He sends $10. He could
hold
be
on.
on the show right now.
Same thing with Rhino. They're in the chat. Motherfuckers are in the chat. Can't be showing up on the show.
Thank you for the $10, by the way. He could be in here defending his Marvel love.
Yeah, I would have been here sooner, man. But I was watching WrestleMania with some neighbors of mine. So doing a little.
Did you see this leaked image from the new Darth Maul show? Haters will say this is AI, but
you know what? I've seen it, but my question is, why is he so thick?
well, he's got the robot body parts.
Oh, is this
He's
after?
been eating good.
Is this after Phantom Menace?
Yeah, it's going to be. I guess it's remember he's a crime lord.
Oh, they're doing that. Jesus.
Yeah, and it's funny. I guess the appeal is we're using unused George Lucas ideas. Motherfucker, the time to use those was when you were making the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, the time has passed.
The time has passed. This does not excite me at all.
You know, I was thinking about that today actually because I know I guess the Disney thing was happening or the Star Wars thing was Star Wars Celebration, right? Was happening in Japan or whatever. But I was just like, you know what? I know there's been information out there, but I have no idea what they even talked about. Like I haven't been looking into it. I haven't checked my feed about it. I just lost all love for Star Wars. I have no love for Star Wars anymore. And it's kind of sad actually, because I used to really love that franchise.
Apathy has really set in. And I think it's starting to set in with Marvel. I mean, you're seeing it in the box office numbers with Marvel.
I mean, you're seeing it with Daredevil, man. I mean, that should have been like a sure
Yeah.
thing. That should have been a home run for them.
That's what I said. Yeah, like that did worse than the Acolyte. That should tell us the state of Marvel right now. If it's worse than
Didn't even
Star
hit the
Wars.
Nielsen charts.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't it? It's insane that it that was. I thought for sure that was going to be a huge hit, and it was going to have big numbers. But yeah, no one's watching it. It's wild, wild. And
I mean, you know what? Though?
I've like halfway through it. I'll finish it eventually, but I haven't heard too many bad things about it, other than it needs more action.
But the thing is, I wonder why though, right? Because it's not like the show was horrible. I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. But I just wonder why no one showed up for it.
We showed up for what?
For Daredevil.
Oh, because it was ass.
But it was
Like I watched the whole thing, and it was just like it
But
was
dude,
like
there-
such a
there were-
roller coaster of mixed emotions the whole time watching it.
But there have been other shows that were way more ass that got bigger ratings, right? So I'm like, how come no one showed up for this?
I mean,
think
like, I would
Marvel's
say
well
it's-
has been poisoned. Sorry. go
yeah,
ahead.
it's just apathy, you know.
Yeah.
And I think also the fact that like the word of mouth around Born Again was that it doesn't live up to the hype, and because of that, it just kind of never got better. And it really like
I
for the
think
majority of it's not very good. I mean, you don't even get him in the suit until the 6th episode. For
Yeah,
God's
that's
sake,
crazy. That was stupid.
so dumb.
yeah, they the bar is really high though with that Netflix series. I almost think it's kind of an unfair, and I'm sure this is probably not the best take, but I think it's not fair in some ways because that show was so good. Unless you bring back everybody that was involved in it, which
I
I
don't
don't
think-
know why they didn't. Why didn't you
I don't
bring
think it
everybody
matters.
back for that?
I don't think it matters. The show could have been a home run as far as how it could have been good, but I still think it would have got the same amount of viewership because they destroyed that character in She-Hulk.
Yeah,
Right.
but
So the last time people have seen this character was in She-Hulk. That the last season of Daredevil was over 5 years ago or 7 years ago or whatever it was.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Not everybody watched She-Hulk though, so I mean,
Yeah, She-Hulk didn't make the
No,
Nielsen charts either.
I'm saying, like,
I don't think it did it.
They
I
don't
don't remember.
trust this shit anymore, and it is Daredevil's already kind of niche to begin with, but the fact that it became this huge success on Netflix and then again on
Because it was
Disney
really
Plus,
good.
But when that happened, it was right after No Way Home, and that was how long ago now? That's what I mean. It's like
No Way Home was 2021.
yeah, so
Something
like
like
they
that?
haven't done shit.
There were
with Daredevil.
audience reactions to that cameo of him. I saw that movie twice in the theaters, and both times when Daredevil shows up, when Charlie Cox shows up, their audience like clapped and loved it. Like they loved that scene. They loved him showing up. Like there is love for that Netflix show still.
Yeah, but they destroyed the character in the other appearances, and
I don't think anybody watched it though. How many people pay attention other than
enough that
you know?
didn't even pay attention to him coming back. That's my point, that they didn't trust it enough that they're gonna just not bother, right? So whatever it is that turned them off, it happened between Spider-Man No Way Home and now, and that's the only thing that he was in was She-Hulk.
Well, to be fair, there's been a lot of garbage released.
There
After
has, and that's the
Spider-Man
other
No Way
problem.
Home.
And not everybody knows that they went and reshot all this. And even though they reshot all this, if you went to listen to anybody's review, not very many people can say very many good things about the show. There's still a lot of issues with the show from what I heard. I haven't really watched it, and I don't care.
I
But-
didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I just kind of felt like, okay, this happened.
Yeah, it's all right. That's how I felt about it so far.
I don't know. Daredevil was disappointing to me. Like it
I
was.
haven't
it was
finished it yet, so
especially
I
when you
don't want to give.
watch it. Like
I don't want to give an opinion
Plus, you
on it
guys
because
are
I haven't
forgetting
finished
what
it.
Hawkeye and Echo did to Kingpin.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was bad. That was so bad.
and the whole thing that like Kingpin, for whatever reason, is tied up in like legal reasons why he can't show up in
Because
the
it's
movies.
Spider-Man. So the reason
Dumb.
Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man characters. Now, Kingpin first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man number 50, and he was a Spider-Man villain before he was a Daredevil villain. That's why those rights are tied up, because Marvel has the rights to Spider-Man on TV, but they don't have the rights to anything for movies. So they can't put him in a movie unless Sony lets
That
them.
doesn't make any sense because they used him for Daredevil, so I thought he was a shared character.
They used him for Daredevil and the show.
In the movie, too. Did you forget that
that was
Michael
a
Clark
Fox
Duncan played him?
movie? That was a
Yeah.
Fox movie.
What does that have to do with anything? That's my point. What difference does it make? Because guess who bought Fox?
Oh, I see what you're
Disney.
saying now.
Yeah.
So-
So that I get what you normally are saying.
But
You
that,
would be
but
correct.
that could be
but, like,
that's the only thing that I could think of that would have it tied up so that they can't use
no.
it.
As far as I know, Kingpin's not tied up at all.
So, but that's what everyone. That's what the rumor is that everyone's saying.
Then that's bullshit.
Yeah, I
Because
don't know any. I don't know any of the legal
There
stuff.
are shared
That's
characters.
the only thing I could think. Yeah, Hawkeye, not Hawkeye. Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver are shared characters. Well, they were.
no, those
They
used to
were.
be. But
They're
there
not
are some
anymore.
Spider-Man characters that do, but there's only a few when it comes to Spider-Man. That's why, because there was a lot more of the other characters than there was.
Well, then Kingpin could
Yeah.
be then.
Kingpin is one of those characters I believe that does crossover, that did crossover back in the day, and I'm trying to think of a few others, but like, yeah, that's one of the few Spider-Man ones that did, I think.
Yeah, I don't even know why that rumor was. Who said? Was it Vincent? What's his name? The guy who plays Kingpin that said that. Where did that
Vincent
start? Is he the one that
I
shot
don't
that
thi-
out?
did
And
he?
said that that's why.
Pretty sure it was Vincent D'Onofrio. That confirmed
So
it.
I mean, if it's coming from him, then
Unless what you guys are saying now is that they won't use him in Spider-Man. Is that what you're saying? Because of the Sony deal? Because at that time, up until recently, I don't know what the new deal is. It used to be any characters that were used in the MCU Spider-Man movies were on moratorium for like X amount of years after they're done. So that's why we had the weird version of MJ and all those other characters, Flash Thompson and all that stuff. So,
Well,
and that's
I
why
mean-
Uncle Ben didn't make an appearance, but he did make an appearance of Madam Web. So that's the weird thing there. There is that still separation there between the MCU because of the Spider-Man deal. But now I think that's gone, because I think that this next phase of Spider-Man movies, we're going to start seeing different versions. Like I think that one chick is going to play Mary Jane. That's the big rumor, and so on and so forth. Since Zendaya technically wasn't Mary Jane, so like, yeah.
Oh, the chick from Stranger Things, the redhead.
That's the big rumor going around. Yeah,
Katie
that
Singh or Singh,
that she's
whatever
going
her
to
name is.
actually play the real. Because you got to remember now, nobody remembers Peter Parker,
right,
in his world anymore. So
which might have
door.
been the only smart move the MCU has made in a very long time. I thought that was a good idea to erase everybody's memory. Let Peter Parker be Peter Parker. Let him become Spider-Man instead of being Iron Man Jr. You know, let him be his own character finally.
Well, and I got to correct, Sony doesn't own Spider-Man. I see some people saying that in the chat. They just own the movie license.
Rights.
That's
the
it.
movie rights. And some live action stuff.
And some live action TV
like for
rights,
shows.
and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't even get, because we brought this up before. This is why they were so reluctant to make more Spider-Verse movies. And I know the third one's probably going to be the last one, is because they see $0 from any of those toys.
Yeah, they don't get any of the toy revenue.
Yeah, the only time they see toy revenue now is from the MCU Spider-Man stuff, and that's because they made a deal that's part of the trade-off with them.
So all those Marvel Legends Spider-Verse toys, that all goes into Marvel.
There's a great article I think Forbes put out, or somebody like that, one of the money people, that said basically those Spider-Verse movies are nothing but big commercials for Spider-Man toys, because the movies didn't make dick, but the toys made over $1 billion.
I don't think they lost money though.
They didn't lose money, but they
didn't have a crazy budget for that.
No, but I know how Tom Rothman is, and I'll tell you what he said. He's looking at the fucking bottom line going, you know what, we made a few bucks off these movies, but Disney walked away with $2 billion in toy sales.
That's why I don't understand why they just don't sell Spider-Man back, because they don't make any of the merchandise movies.
Honestly,
they make no merch money, and that's honestly where the money is made in these kinds of movies, isn't the merch?
I mean, what do they make off the video games?
They don't make shit off the video games.
I mean, the first Insomniac Spider-Man sold very, very well. Something like, I want to say it's like,
oh yeah, well, for the game sales they make money.
Sony used to have a lot more rights than they do now, because they traded off a bunch of the rights to keep the rights during the moratorium between, was it Amazing Spider-Man and the Tobey Maguire films. So that's when they lost the toy rights and some of the other rights. Then they traded those off just to hang on to the basic film rights. And at that point, the MCU was still in its infancy, or hadn't even really taken off yet or whatever. So, but I was saying the same thing, Flash, before they made this deal for the fourth Spider-Verse film. I said it made a lot of sense on both ends for them to just say and sell Spider-Man back to Disney, even though it really isn't worth it for Sony to sell it back to them. They're not making any money, and they've done nothing but lose money on these Venomverse movies, or whatever you want to call them, outside of Venom 1 and 2, maybe. So at this point, they're better off just selling it back to them, making a quick buck off it, and then just make a deal with Disney that every Spider-Verse movie that they make for the next, 10 years, they get a piece of the pie.